welcome back to my channel, Cat Eye Glamour, our little hangout where we can be the most glamorous versions of ourselves. And today we're going to be getting glamorous because I have a makeup tutorial for you. I took a poll on my Instagram story asking if you guys want to see this Kim Kardashian look that I posted recently. I recreated one of her IG posts, and it was a nice, clean, beautiful, flawless makeup look, and everyone decided, yeah, let's see that tutorial. So here I am bringing it to you. I even got you the braid. How about that? Let's get into it. To move in a little closer. So my face is cleansed, washed, moisturized. I even have my primer on. This is the primer that I used here, which is the Neutrogena. It's called the Matte Primer Plus Serum Shine Control. This look was a very matted look, and I have oily skin, so I definitely have to prep for that. On my lips, I just have on lip balm because the lipstick is going to be matte that I'm going to put on. So I just have a little moisturizer. It's the Burton Beads Vanilla and Cove. So that's what I have on my lips. And now I'm just going to go right into my eyebrows. Let me just grab a mirror. All right, Kim's eyebrows are very full, very rounded. Pretty similar to how I wear my eyebrows normally. So I'm just using this Shopmissa eyebrow pencil, and it's in the color Ebony. And I'm just gonna kind of outline my eyebrows or just fill in the sparse areas. I really don't have to do much because my eyebrows are pretty full, I would say. So I'm just gonna fill in those sparse areas and make it as similar to that look as I can. But her eyebrows are very thick and rounded, so mine's is kind of that shape anyway, so that's fine. All right, so we'll just go ahead and fill that in. Go on to the other side. So I filled in both. I'm just gonna kind of comb through the hairs to disperse the product. All right, so that is enough. All right, so let's go ahead and grab my concealer. The concealer that I'm going to use is the Pat Mcgrath concealer, if I can find it. Did I bring it out? Wait, let me go look for it. So I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. The color that I'm going to go for is MD23. Listen, this is a bomb concealer. I've been grabbing this a lot, so I'm just going to use it to kind of clean up my brows. So I'm just going to place a little concealer here and then use my brush to kind of go in and, you know, do a little bit more detail, of course. So I'm going to grab this little teeny tiny brush here. And I'm just going to outline my brows with it. Just to clean it up. And I'm going to bring that concealer down on my eyelids because I do use the concealer as a primer, so. Alright, so that looks good. I don't want to be too precise, so that looks good. Alright, so I'm going to outline the top part of my brows, but I'm going to use my foundation color, which is MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and this is the color NW47. So I'm going to use that to outline the top part of it, just to make it a lot easier to blend and not have too much of that, you know, that little light halo over my eyebrows. But I still need to define the brows. So it's just better to use a color that's very close to your skin tone or your actual skin tone for the top portion of your eyebrow. All right, so that cleaned it up really well. Let me just do the other side. So you just take your time and do short strokes until you get to the end of the brow. And there we go. And you kind of like blend it upward towards your hairline. All right, so that's my brow routine normally. So luckily I didn't have to do too much to achieve the eyebrow that Kim K normally wears. All right, so eyebrows down. I'm gonna move on to the face. Normally I would go on to my eyes, but for this look I'm gonna go straight into the foundation and get the face together, contoured and all of that, and then we'll go ahead and do the eyes, which the eyes are very minimal on this look, so it's going to be super easy. I'm going to go with foundation. I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. or it's, what is it called? It's not Studio Fix. Why I keep, oh, it is Studio Fix Fluid. It's NW47. That's a very full coverage and a very matte foundation. So it's great for the look that we're going for. So I'm just gonna grab this Shopmissa brush and stamp the color on my face. Okay, I just keep doing that to make sure that I get coverage before I start blending it out. So we just stamp it just to get the color payoff, or the coverage rather. And I just stamp it until I don't see any more color coming off. All right, so that's looking good. So you just continue to do that until the entire face is, you know, covered. All right, so that's looking covered. All right, so that's looking covered. I'm gonna go ahead and start highlighting. I still have foundation on my hands, so I'm gonna scoop that back in the bottle. You already know. You already know. So I'm gonna go in with the Pat Mcgrath Concealer in MD23, and I'm gonna highlight under my eyes. And you definitely want to get that concealer right on the bridge of your nose, and then kind of fan it out this way. Same on the other side. Alright, so you should look kind of like that. I always highlight this area too to keep this bow. Nose. And the forehead. And I am going to use a beauty sponge to blend it out. I'm going to use a dry beauty sponge today to blend that out because it helps keep some of the coverage. Normally I do a damp beauty sponge, but I want the coverage to kind of stay high, and typically when it's dry, it does kind of keep that coverage there. It doesn't shear it out too much. So you just want to kind of pat it with the blender. This is a Shopmissa beauty sponge that I'm using. So I'm just carefully blending it out. This look is super neat and super precise, so I'm just trying my best to keep up that energy while I'm doing this look. So you just blend it out. Look how pretty this concealer blends out. Pat Mcgrath, she does her thing. I'm also gonna kind of get that concealer on my eyelids. In. So that looks really great. Do you see the lift and the freshness under my eye? I look super awake because I just woke up. So this definitely helps. Alright, so I'm just gonna blend that out. You see how this blends out so easy, even though it was sitting on the skin for a little while. I still don't have a problem blending it out. Alright, so I'm gonna continue to do that. Alright, so the concealer is pretty much blended out for the most part. I'm going to grab my foundation brush here just to kind of like blend the edges. That way you don't see too much of a demarcation line. Alright, so far so good. I'm going to immediately set under my eyes. Immediately. I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Powder, and it is in the color Medium Deep. I'm using that same sponge to set it. It's dry. Pushing that gently under the areas where we placed the concealer. Just patting into the skin. Also pat it over your eyelids. Anywhere that you place the concealer, set it. So it helps prevent creasing. And when we go in and put the shadow colors on, it'll come off very smooth, or it'll go on very smooth rather. Alright, so we'll just do the other side. Tap off some of that extra powder. Make sure you look up when you're doing under your eyes so you can open that crease out and set it. I love this Maybelline powder. So good. Go down the bridge of my nose. And lastly, the forehead has to be set. So you should look about this crazy right now. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and contour. I'm going to use I just got this, the Fenty Cheeks Out bronzer. I use this contour because I don't think it's a bronzer. It's great for a contour though, so let's go ahead and grab that. Right, so this is the bronzer, the cream bronzer in the color chocolate. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and contour those cheeks. I'm gonna use, this is a powder brush by e.l.f. So I'm gonna use that and get into, you have to, this is so sheer, you have to really build up this product here. So I'm just going right here in the hollows of my cheeks. On the other side. I'm just putting a little bit of this because I am going to go in with powder as well. I don't want too much layers on my face. Okay. So let's bring in that shape back to the face. This blends out so easily, and the formula is so light, you don't feel like anything is on your face. You literally feel like, am I even putting this on? Which is, I think, a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to grab a smaller brush so I can go ahead and contour my nose. So this is actually a contour brush by e.l.f. So I'm just going to go in on the bridge of my nose and snatch her up. I like to blend it up into my eyebrows. And I am going to also place some of this here, right here on the tip of my nose, kind of push the tip up a bit to make it appear more straighter. And I'm also going to go in the creases of my eye with this. This formula is so perfect. I really love the formula. I wish the color was a little bit more warm because it's supposed to be a bronzer. But even though it's not, I'm not using it as it's supposed to be used, it's still very useful, as you can see. I'm going to use something else for bronzer. When it comes to bronzer, I prefer a little bit more warmth, a little bit more redness in the product. And this really doesn't have that. It's still a really great product. They should have just described it better. Alright, so I'm just blending that out by tapping it. This color does such a great job around the nose. This is a great nose contour. Okay. Nose super skinny. Just blend this part out a little bit. Okay, so that looks good. All right, so I'm just using what was left on that beauty sponge to kind of set the nose. And kind of tone it down just a tad bit and have it blended. So that looks really good. Okay, super snatch nose. So now I'm going to set my face, my entire face. And what am I going to use? My favorite powder actually to set my face is by Black Radiance. I love this powder. It's called Soft Focus. It's in the, this is also in the color chocolate. It has a really smooth, natural finish, and I absolutely love this powder. So I'm just gonna grab this powder brush here, and I'm just gonna tap it on my skin to set everything. Set over my nose. All right, so this is looking really good so far. Now I'm gonna go ahead with a bronzing powder, and it's also going to be by Black Radiance. So let me grab that. By Black Radiance, and this says contour palette, but I use this as a bronzer because the color that has the contour is super red. It's a beautiful color. I need to get the pan with just this color. Love this, love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my cheeks. Trying to check on my son to see if he was awake or not. Put that on my cheeks. So this is the color how it looks on the brush. You see it's super red, and I like that. So I'm gonna put this here. Oh, I love, oh sorry, I love this color. So cute. Forehead just a little bit. I can't put too much of this on my forehead because my forehead is little, so I don't want to look like a damn fool. Put a little bit on the cheeks. All right, so that is cute. And I don't know if you can see that warmth that it brought back to my face. It just looks sun-kissed. It looks like I have on blush, but it's just the bronzer or the contour powder. Bronzer for me, but it gives me a really nice glow, and I love it. It's like a matte glow, so I really love that. This look is very matte, so I can't really do too much highlighting or anything as far as any like illuminators, but this still gives me a glow even though it's not, you know, shimmery or shiny. So now I'm gonna go for blush. On the picture, Kim's cheeks were lightly flushed with color. It was more of like a coral or a peachy tone, super pretty. So on me, I'm going to go for more of a coral tone so it'll show up. And I'm going to use my new favorite blush, which is by Juvia's Place. It's in the color Bella. Let me show you that. So, oh no, my nails nicked it. It's a super pretty color. So that's what I'm going to use to kind of add color to my cheeks lightly. So I'm just going to go here in the apples, and I'm going to just go like that. Flip the color. She had it mainly on the apple, so when she smiled, her cheeks had that little bit of color, just like that. So like that. Blush is so beautiful. Like, don't be afraid of blushes. Don't be afraid of blush at all. So I flip that. So that's really cute. I'm going to use the, so I want to tone it down just a little bit. I'm going to use my powder brush to kind of like go over it and blend it in even more. So that's a great little trick in case you put a little bit too much for the look that you're going for. You can just use your powder brush and blend it in. All right, so here we are. That looks pretty. All right, so I'm going to go in and start taking care of my eyes now. So Kim's eyes was very minimal on this look. In the crease, it was probably like a bronzy brown color, and then a very simple nudie color on the lid. So I think this Becca palette is going to be my perfect palette here. Sorry, it's a little dirty. The name of this palette is Ombre Rouge Eye Palette, and these are the colors that are in there. Super appropriate. So I'm going to go in with the crease color first, right here. So I'm going to just use this fluffy brush to kind of blend out the crease. Oh, my brush is kind of falling apart, y'all. I just washed this yesterday too. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly sweep that color into my crease. And I'm bringing it a little into the bridge of the nose. I don't know if you can see that. Perfect. Softly blending that out. This is a simple eye. This is, to me, this is a beginner friendly look. So just sweeping that brown in, bringing it into my nose. See that here? Alright, so this is how it should look so far. really blended and brown. Let's grab a little bit more of that. This was literally her main color, was just this brown. And then I'm gonna grab, for the lid, I'm gonna grab this nudie color here. It has a teeny slight bit of shimmer, if any. Alright, so I think that's enough for the brown. And now I'm gonna go in with the nude for the lid color. Let me just grab a brush. Grab this eyeshadow brush here. I'm going to dip it in these two colors. I'm going to use these two. I'm just going to go right here in the middle. I'm just going to tap it. Lightly tap it. Don't want to do too much because this is a very minimal look. This is how that looks. So cute. Just making sure it's blended out properly. See? Really soft. It's really pretty look. Now the liner that she had, it was kind of like a half wing where she winged it out, but only brought the liner into about here and then stopped. So I'm going to try to do that for you on camera. Eyeliner is not easy to do on this camera, girl, but I'm going to try for you. I'm going to try. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Mega Wing Liner. My favorite eyeliner, the only one I really used. And on her wing, it kind of was flipped upward. So you start off by doing this. Like that. And then bring it like that, and then you're going to fill it in. And that was it. I'm going to do the other side, both sides. So now I'm going to go in with mascara before I put on my falsies. And this is a sample that I got from MAC. It's called the Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. So that's what I'm going to use to first prep my lashes before I put the falsies on. Oh, I hate mascara, y'all. Other eye. I really like the brush or the wand. Alright, so that's enough for me. Let's go for these falsies. Her look was the lashes were very thin, very spacey. So I'm going to use the Alexis style lashes from Shopmissa. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on off camera, and I'll come back and kind of coat my lashes with mascara, a little mascara. All right, so the lashes are on. I'm going to go ahead and put some of that brown here on my lash line to kind of go ahead and finish up this look. So I'm using the same brown from this palette here. Just going to smudge that in. I don't know, something is in my eye. All right, there we go. So this look is coming out really pretty. I hope you guys find it pretty easy to follow along with. I think this is a beginner-friendly look. Hopefully you feel the same, but I think it is. The wing liner, you know, is something that you kind of have to practice on. but everything else I think is very beginner friendly. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, that warmed up the eye a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and use my mascara and coat the bottom lashes. She has really long natural bottom lashes, Kim Kardashian. I do not. So this is gonna be a little bit of a struggle for me. So bear with me. I'll do one eye on camera, the other one I won't. But I'll just do one eye on camera. And I kind of just go in and wiggle. I can't talk much when I do this though. I already put myself, already. And then I grab like the tip of the wand and kind of like go like this. So that's looking better already. My lashes are not gonna get like hers because hers are just naturally long. Mine's these baby lashes right here. This mascara is doing a good job though. Can you see that? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Both eyes are done. And now I'm gonna grab a eyeliner. This is by NYX. It's called NYX Wonder Pencil, and this is in the color WP03 Dark. And it's a flesh toned eyeliner. It's just gonna brighten up my eyes a bit. Let me swatch it on my hand so you guys can see. See, it's not white, but it's like a nudie color. So I'm just gonna grab this just to brighten up my eye. Give me like a more fresh, awake look. Perfect. It's very subtle, but I notice a difference. Ugh, eyeliner is such a struggle for me. Like, all right, so this is looking good so far. Now let's get into the lips. I don't even remember what I did on the picture because I mixed so many things just to kind of get that peachy tone. But let's start with the lip liner. The lip liner that I have is called Club Hopper by NYX. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with that first. This is like a brownie, almost purple tone. I'm gonna overline my lips a little bit. My lips are already full, but just to have that look like the picture, I'm gonna overline it a little. This lip liner is so smooth. You can see there's no snags. I love this. I love this lip liner. I wish it was retractable. That's my only thing. Okay, so this is it. So now I'm gonna go in with this brownie, or it's a nude color for me. It's called Scandalous. This is gonna be a lot of mixing, y'all. So I'm gonna first put this on. Let that dry down. I'm gonna let that dry down. So it's dried down. So now I'm gonna go in with a concealer, and this is by ColourPop. It's their no filter concealer, and this is the color Dark 43. And I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the center of my lip. So this is a really great trick to create a more nudie color with any lipstick. Like if you have a bright pink but you want it to be a nudie pink, put the concealer. Okay. All right, so I'm still not done. Girl, I ain't done. So this is it dried down. I'm gonna add a little bit of this liquid lipstick called Riot, and it's by Limecrime, and it's gonna give it a teeny tiny peach tone, teeny tiny. That's all I'm gonna put, okay? So it's gonna give it like a peach tone. Okay. Letting it dry. So I'll be put like a drop more concealer. Now I'm just touching the lip up. I really like how this, oh, almost dropped the damn thing. I really like how this came out. I'm just gonna add this powder under my eyes. This is the Pat Mcgrath Medium, is it medium? Yeah, Pat Mcgrath Medium Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. So I'm gonna just do that final touch to kind of highlight under the eye. This mirror is so small, girl. So see here, it's very powdery. So I'm gonna go right there, just to brighten it in Kim K fashion. This powder is so nice. It's matte, but it has some sort of pearl glow finish to it. I don't know how she does that, but it's really cool. It's a really cool powder. So this is a powder I use after I actually set it with loose powder. Do the forehead, chin. How did I do, guys? This look is looking really pretty. I'm gonna do one last step and just highlight my nose. Her skin didn't look very highlighted, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm just gonna grab a highlight and just put it on down the bridge of my nose, because that's the only kind of shimmer I saw in the picture. So I'm gonna grab my highlight and do that. Hello Halo highlighter that I recently got from Ulta. It's by Wetnwild to highlight my nose. I actually highlighted a little bit already, y'all, but I forgot to record it, so. Alright, so I highlight the tip and just the bridge of the nose, and I did put a little bit in this area here just to brighten it. But how do you like this look? I think it came out really cute. My lips kind of look like a Brat Style lip, but it's still cute. People use filter for that, so I mean, I think it came out cute. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found this very easy to follow along with, because that is my ultimate goal. If I'm going to do a tutorial, I want it to be a tutorial that you can follow along to. You don't have to use all the products that I use, but you can use products, of course, that are similar, that work for your skin tone. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments, like the video, and you better subscribe, because I did all of this for you, so you better subscribe for me, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to come back and bring your friends, your friend's friends, your friend's cousin, your friend's cousin, baby daddy. Bring all of them, and don't forget to subscribe, because I don't want you to piss me off. I don't like that. I don't like it, and I tell you time and time again, click that button, boop, subscribe. That was easy. Bye guys.